I'm starting the Tunisian crochet, and I am just showing for prosperity's sake that I am using 2 strands. I'm using a cotton fair. This is leftover yarn, but because I only have a 6mm Tunisian hook right now, I'm using 2 strands held together. I have my cast. I've started with 15, and 15 stitches on my hook. This is not a tutorial on how to do this. I'm following a tutorial by Yarn as a Second Language, and I will link it in the video. But this, I just, for the sake of this video, wanted to show you this is the beginning. This is the beginning. Now my hook does have a tail. This is I think it's a clover, and I got this from Knit Crate. And with the Knit Crate, it's got this stupid thing, and it keeps banging around. And so far, just in getting these on the hook, I'm finding this cord to be an issue. And I don't know if it comes off, so I'm not going to take it off. But it's bothersome. I'm not used to a cord. So I'm finding that to be a pain in my rear end. But other than that, so far so good. I will be back when I have more to show you. Okay, so now I think I'm done with 3 rows. And according to the video, you can see something. I don't know. Maybe my yarn is too busy. It's soft, I'll tell you that. And this is the back. And you can see rows here, like the back of a, looks like the back of something crocheted, knitted. Because what I'm doing is the knit stitch. I don't know, I hope I'm doing it right, but I might not be putting my hook in the right spot. I thought I was. But we'll continue on. Whatever I'm doing, if I like it. It's got some texture to it. So we're going to continue on, and I think I should have put more hooks on to make it a wash rag, but now it's just a swatch. A baby wash rag, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But here we go. I'll be back. Okay, so I did this little swatch. And I can't remember what I showed you last, but I finished it off, and it's just this little swatch, and I really am enjoying this stitch. I love how, maybe that's upside down. I don't know. No, this is the top. I didn't cut it off, and because I'm going to frog it. I like doing this so much that I ordered a set of Tunisian hooks from Amazon. And when I get them, I'll show them to you. I'll put them in the video because they should come tomorrow. Woohoo, I'm excited. But this is, I'm holding 2 strands together of this. And I'm hoping, because I'm frogging something else, that I was making a bag for Amanda and I didn't like it. So I made a different bag, and I didn't use all the yarn that I thought I was going to use. Long story short, I still have more of this yarn. So I thought maybe if I did single strand instead of double, I would have enough to maybe make her like a cropped shirt. I don't think so. I don't know. We'll see. Or for one of the littles or something, because it's a very nice yarn. It is the cotton fair. So anyway, I didn't want to frog it until I showed you. This is what it looks like when you finish it off, but it's still curling. But in the meantime, I still want to make a wash rag, a washcloth, and I want to, really, I wanted to practice more, but I was having a hard time identifying where to go with my stitches, and I'll show you that in a minute. With the variegated and being so new at it, and like so many colors, I was getting a little confused. So I had some leftover. I love this cotton, and this is the yarn from Hobby Lobby. And this color is called Buttercup. And I made, I think, 2 things out of this already. One for sure, the Bumblebee from a couple months ago. I made that out of it. But anyway, this is what I have left. And I just want to show you, see how, now I made a mistake there, but I didn't know until later. And I'm not frogging because it's just a practice washcloth. But it is still, as you can see, rolling. But I believe that once you put a border on it, it won't roll anymore. So I'm going to try to do, and you can do a Tunisian like type of border, or like a different stitch, which I'm not even going to think about right now. Or I can just like go through and do a single crochet. And, you know, with a regular hook. You don't have to do Tunisian from what I understand. You can mix and match. This is a 6mm hook, and it's got this long tail thing. So now let me just, I wanted, and the reason that I haven't finished this is because I just want to show you. This is by no means a tutorial to show you how to do this. And I really don't need to use this hook with this long tail thing for what I'm doing here. I can fit it all on this hook. It crunches it, so the tail thing is helpful. This cord is, if you're not used to crocheting with a cord, or you don't knit and you're not used to this extra, I find it a little, the longer I've worked with it, the easier it is to deal with. But my trouble with this, so first of all, Lacey, go lay down. I'm filming.
Come here, Lacey.
I'm not eating. There's no food here. My silly dog. There's no food. All gone. Go lay down.
Go on, Lacey.
Go on. I gotta pause you. Sorry about that. I had to get some doggy treats. I'm sitting at the dining room table, so she thinks I'm eating. So when you do this, you go into, I'm going into here. And I'm just pulling up these loops. And that part is pretty simple. I have learned that if you're looking at this, there is the little V's coming up here. Can you see them very close, these V's? I'm going into the first stitch of the V. So you got this longer stitch and this shorter stitch. I'm going in by the longer stitch. And you come through and you just pull up a loop. So very simple. Well, eventually you pull up enough loops and you're dealing with this tail thing over here, which I'm getting used to. So I'm not really complaining about that. When I was crocheting in my lap and not on the table, like I'm holding it up and it kept hitting. And that was a bit annoying, but major or minorly annoying. I'm not, again, complaining. But eventually you see you get all these on your hook, and then you have to like hold onto them, or you have them all pushed up, and I'm crocheting way down here. So that's something you, I think, need to get used to if you're Tunisian crocheting, because I don't even think you have that problem so much when you're knitting, do you? That your fabric is on the instrument that you're using. So I think when you're crocheting, like you're going, all your fabric would be on this hand. Oh man, I guess you have to work around the fabric there too. It's just, I don't know. I don't remember from that one piece of crochet of knitting that I actually did. So this is how you just pretty much do it, and then you put them on, and then later you take them off. Very easy. So I just wanted to show you. So now it comes down to here. So I find that I'm crocheting with, I'm holding on down here to crochet up here. And so it's just a matter of getting used to working with the fabric in your hand versus when you crochet, you never, normal crochet, regular crochet, you never do that. So then it's a whole, like a little bit of a different movement if I have my hand on the fabric to get my hook to go where I want it to go, particularly with this tail thing flapping over here. So I did just really want to point that out really quick. So when I get to the end and then I take them all off, then I'm going to end this piece and use what I have left to give myself a border and maybe 2 rows, I don't know, to see. I mean, you could always block it, but it's a wash rag, and I don't really want to block a wash rag because you're going to get it wet when you use it, and who's going to block it every time? So I want to see, just for my own benefit and my own knowledge, if I crochet around, and I'll probably just use my regular 6mm hook, but if I crochet around and give it a border, how much will that flatten it out after 1 row or after 2 rows if I have enough yarn? Because we're going to play yarn chicken here for a minute, and then I'll come back and show you how that worked out for me as far as flattening it out. Oh, the end one is always a little tough. There we go. So see, like now it's all down here and I can use this. It is really nice, though. The one thing, like you don't have to always keep it on the needles like it would be. I think if you're knitting, it always has to be on the needles. I don't knit really, so I'm not really sure. But with this, I can slide it all down onto here if I wanted to, or when I come back, I'll have nothing but one left, just like regular crochet. You don't have to have all these on your hooks all the time. So anyway, like I said, this is not a tutorial on how to do it. It's just what I'm finding in my learning something new experiences, that if you want to learn to Tunisian crochet knit stitch, I don't know about any other stitches, but the knit stitch, which is what, see how I'm holding it way down here, because holding the fabric as I'm taking this off, I have a problem with getting my hook in the position I want it, and I know it's going to come a lot with just doing it more and more. Plus, it's really kind of weird to do it. I have to give people a lot of credit that make tutorials all the time, because it's kind of weird to crochet over through the screen on your camera. So anyway, for me, I find that it's easier and more comfortable for me to hold way down here than where I really should be holding the hook. So I'm sure that is just going to come with some practice and experience, because then I also find like I can't get it through. I need to push up my work, and you know, it's a little bit cumbersome, but again, I'm new at this, so I'm sure as I get more practice with it, it'll get easier and easier, and I totally am in love with the end product. And that's what it's all about, right? When you're crocheting or crafting in any way, if your end product is what you like, that's what you do it for, and I totally love this. Okay, so this little part has been like 10 minutes already, sorry. I will come back and show you the finished product, and hopefully my hooks will be here, and I will show you them as well before I post this video. Well, I won't post the video till the hooks are here. So there's that. Okay, so I hope you are enjoying this so far, and I'll be back with the next segment as soon as the hooks arrive. Bye. So, excuse me. So I am back, and I finished the border. Used up the whole rest of that skein of yarn, so that's going to go in my yarn. How much yarn did I use bin? But at this point, this is what the washcloth looks like. The rolling is a lot less. If I had more yarn, I would have gone around with one more row of border. And I know that I could block it now and it would be flat, but it's a wash rag. I'm not blocking it. Let's be serious. The back doesn't look too bad. I mean, it looks like a messy back, I think. I'm not going to put this in my donations for Rose Likes Crochet for the wings, because there are some flaws evident in it. Probably the person receiving it wouldn't notice or care, but I do, so it is what it is. I do like it. I love the yarn, by the way. And I do really and truly want to make clothing out of that stitch. Yeah, just learn to knit and then you got the knit stitch. But I'm loving the Tunisian because it's only one hook and I'm used to that instead of two things on there. And I know that with this, if I make a mistake, I will know easier how to frog it and fix it. It just helps to know that you made the mistake. So like where these are, I obviously put the hook in the wrong place, or I did something, wasn't quite sure that happened until later. So I didn't fix it, and it's only a washcloth. But as promised, I told you don't mind the crinkling. I did order a set of, and these were inexpensive. I think they were like $13 crochet, Tunisian crochet hooks, and don't mind the crinkle while I figure out how to open them out of this. I'm sure, oh, here it is. Just pull off the band-aid and get it over with. There we go. So I have some metal ones. Oh, This is very fun, Happy Mail. I mean, I did buy it myself, but that's okay. That is quite all right. I'm allowed to buy myself stuff. And let's see. Let's get the bubble wrap out of the way. So these are lengthy. Now these probably would have been nice for making the washcloth because then I wouldn't have had to deal with the ends on the one. They are metal, so they will be a little more slidey than the wooden hook I was using, I'm sure. It was bamboo. But I've got a ton of sizes here. I don't even know. So we've got a 6, which is what I made the washcloth out of. 5.5, 8, nice. Bigger even than that, it looks like. Oh, 7, so smaller. Teeny weenies over here. We've got a 5, we've got a 4, 3.5, 3. We've got 2 3.5s. I wonder why that is. Maybe one of them is supposed to be a 4.5. 6. I bet one of these is supposed to be a 4.5, but I got 2 3.5s. So we got a 2, 2.5, 3, 2 3.5s, 4, 5, 5.5, 6, 7, and 8. So yeah, I bet one of these was supposed to be a 4.5, but we'll deal with it. And oh, they're all the same length, whatever that is. Looks like maybe 10 or 12 inches. And then I have these wooden ones with the cords on them. And I believe the cord, well, maybe not. I thought the cords were interchangeable, but man, they're long. That's a long cord. That's got to be 2 feet, maybe 30 inches even. And in these are bamboo again, and I've got a 4, 4.5, a 10. This little guy, 3 millimeter, 6.5, 7, 8, 9, 3.5. Didn't I already have it? Did they give me 2 3.5s again? No, got the 4.5 in this one. Let's see, so where were we? A 9, a 3.5, a 5.5, a 5, and a 6. So I can just Tunisian crochet myself a bunch of stuff with all these wonderful things I just got in the mail. Now on to the next project. Like I said, I really did enjoy the Tunisian things that I made, the swatch on the other, the 2 yarns held together. But now I have these little tiny hooks, so I can use that 1 or 2 weight yarn by itself. And the washcloth, I'm very happy with them, and I can't wait to make something else. So I hope you enjoyed this little adventure in Tunisian crochet knit stitch. And I will just put this up right now. And if you haven't tried it, I think you should, because it was not hard. The video from Oh goodness, I will have it linked. Yarn as a Second Language. They did a great job. Got me through a wash rag, and I will be off to find a new pattern. So thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. I do love all the comments. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.